WhisperBench Stories.
In the heart of a quiet little town, nestled between a flower shop and a bakery that always smelled of fresh cinnamon and warm butter, sat an old wooden bench. Weathered by time and softened by countless sunrises, the bench was where Mr. Ellis, a quiet, elderly man with silver hair and tired eyes, spent most of his mornings. He wore the same brown coat, held a cane marked with tiny carvings, and always arrived just as the bakery opened its doors. People passed by him every day, commuters, shopkeepers, children on their way to school, but few ever stopped. Some nodded politely. Others looked away, and most were simply too caught up in a rush of their own lives to notice the lonely man watching the world from a spot by the bench. Then one rainy morning in early spring, something changed. The sky was dark with heavy clouds, and rain fell in soft, steady sheets. Mia, a high school student who usually hurried past the bench with headphones in her ears, noticed Mr. Ellis sitting there, soaking wet but unmoving, as if the rain were nothing more than a memory returning to visit him. Without thinking, she paused, pulled out her umbrella, and held it over his head. "You'll catch a cold," she said quietly, unsure if he'd even hear her. Mr. Ellis looked up slowly. His eyes, though old and distant, met hers with gentle surprise. A small, grateful smile spread across his face. "Thank you," he said, his voice raspy but warm. "No one's offered me an umbrella in quite some time." The next day, Mia returned, not with an umbrella, but with a warm pastry from the bakery and a thermos of tea. She sat beside him and asked if he wanted company. "I'd like that," he said. From that day on, it became their morning ritual. Each morning before school, Mia would bring a treat, and Mr. Ellis would share a story, some funny, others wistful, many filled with memories of his late wife, his days in the Navy, or how he used to bake pies with his daughter when she was little. As the weeks passed, others began to take notice. The florist brought flowers one morning and left them in Mr. Ellis's hands. A local musician started playing soft tunes across the street, drawing more people to the bench. Passers-by began pausing, offering greetings, sometimes even joining the conversation. The once lonely bench had become a place of gathering. A quiet spark had turned into a small flame of connection, lit not by grand gestures, but by a single act of kindness. Then one morning, Mr. Ellis didn't show up. At first, Mia thought he might be running late, but the hours passed, and the bench remained empty. That evening, she learned from the bakery owner that Mr. Ellis had passed away peacefully in his sleep. The following day, people gathered around the bench. Someone placed a bouquet of white lilies where he used to sit. Mia brought the same pastry she always had, setting it down in silence. Tears were shed, but so were smiles, as people shared memories and stories he had told them. A few weeks later, the town council placed a bronze plaque on the back of the bench. It read, "In memory of Mr. Ellis, kindness is never wasted. It grows, even in silence." From that day on, the bench never sat empty for long. People came to rest, reflect, and reconnect. And every time someone offered a smile, a cup of coffee, or a story to a stranger, the town remembered. A simple act of kindness can ripple outward in ways we may never fully see.